So today we're going to talk about, or tonight we're going to talk about personal growth, but in particular, learning to love yourself and jumping over those obstacles that come up. So the mind is a very powerful thing, and in with 21 days of consistent work, your brain you can start to rewire your brain. So the first thing I focus on is win the morning and win the day. So I start my morning off with a workout and listening to mindset videos, but also make sure as soon as I wake up, I think positively straight away. So this kind of links into the next one, which is the power of positive thinking. So I think about 3 things I'm grateful for. If you can't think of anything, think about you laying in a bed under a doona with the heater on with a roof over your head, because there's a lot of people in society that don't have that. 3 things you're good at, or 3 strengths that you have, and then 3 things you're looking forward to throughout the day. So it might be just like seeing your kids, having your shake, doing a workout, anything like that. And some people say, oh, I can't do that, I don't have time for it. If you set your alarm like 2 minutes earlier, you'll have time for it. So I guess it's a choice of losing 5 minutes of sleep in the morning, or losing half an hour trying to get to sleep at night because you don't have good mental health. So you just have to weigh up that. Then the next one is, so that links into the power of positive thinking. So sometimes what we think on the surface is different to what we think deep down in our unconscious mind. So there's some good sayings that Zig Ziglar says. You can't talk negative and expect to live a positive life. You can't talk defeat and expect to have victory. And if you have a poor mouth, you're going to have a poor life. So it's about thinking positively and also talking positively as well. So some things to help with that, like mindfulness things. So meditation, but it's not like, that sort of meditation. It's like if you download the Smiling Minds app or something like that, it's basically just learning to capture your thoughts and think about what you're thinking about. So that cognitive awareness. So sorry, I lost where I was up to. So often where you are in life is because it's from your beliefs and your choices, and happiness is a choice. For some people it's harder to be happy, they have to work harder at it, but it is a choice. It's like weight loss or fitness or anything like that. Some people have to work harder to be slimmer, some people have to work harder to be fit, and some people have to work harder to have better, what I call, brain health. But it is a choice. So yeah, with the positive thinking, it's about being proactive, not reactive. So it's okay to vent, but whinging doesn't get you anywhere. So and it's like when things go wrong, I always go back to the quote, it doesn't matter what's happened to you, what matters is what you're going to do about it. So you can sit there and whinge and then it'll happen again, or you can do something productive about it. And we all have ups and downs. That's life. So like, you can acknowledge that it sucks, but there's no point feeling sorry for yourself. You may as well, it sounds brutal, but we all have ups and downs. That's part of life. And yeah, there's some things, like everyone has their failures and things that go wrong. If you don't, you're probably not doing enough. If you haven't failed at anything, you're probably not trying to improve yourself enough. Then the next one, so with learning to love yourself. So that also links in with the positive thinking. So everybody fails, but you got to learn to forgive yourself and move on from that. So some things I do, and learning to love yourself is like having that self-confidence as well. But obviously there's a difference between being an arrogant dick and having self-confidence. Am I allowed to say that on this? And so some things I do is, I've spoken about it before, my compliment bank, because sometimes it's hard when you don't have that self-confidence. It's hard to boost it up when you're not used to having those positive thoughts about yourself. So you write down the positive things that other people say to you, and then it's good to write it down and then read it, because then it embeds it in your brain. And then often when I think of the 3 things I'm good at, or my strengths or attributes, I write them down as well. So every time I think of something different, or if someone else says something that they think I'm good at, or a streak that I have, then I write that down as well. But I think the main thing is to focus on progress, not perfection. So try to be your best self. Hey, Janice. Try to be your best self each day. So it's good to compare yourself to yourself. So it's good to look at other people and say, yeah, I'd love to be like that, or get advice for them if they're better at something than you. But it's also important not to compare yourself too much to them, I think. I prefer to go to bed at night each day knowing that I've done all I can to be the best person I can be. So I know I've done a workout. I know I've had the right nutrition. I know I've talked to 10 people or whatever it is. And the next one, kind of gone on a tangent here, but it sort of links in as well. It's just like freedom of thought. So along with forgiving yourself, it's important to just let things go. And sometimes it's important to forgive others, and that might not mean you still don't have to put up with them. Like, for example, someone I know, they've done a lot of things wrong to me, and I've forgiven them. Sorry, I'm just laughing at Bobby and Tash. I've forgiven them in terms of I let it go and I don't talk about it and I don't dwell on what they've done, but I also don't throw myself back in that situation to be hurt again. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like that in the middle. So I guess you have to figure out, because sometimes having a grudge against someone, they don't even know you have a grudge against them, so you're just wasting your own energy. And a good quote for that is, for every minute of anger, you miss out on 60 seconds of happiness. So you just need to weigh up, are you worrying about things that are only temporary? Is it just something you have to move on from and deal with? So yeah, I guess the main thing is, a good thing to do is write your goals down. So where do you want to be in terms of your happiness and your mindset and that sort of thing? But not just to write it down and say, I want this, and talk about it. Actually take action. Because until you take action and do those things consistently, nothing's going to change. It's like when you can talk about how you're overweight and you don't like being overweight and life sucks because you're overweight, or you can be like Tash Bells and you do something about it and you can lose 20 kilos. Good work, Tash. So yeah, take action. Action is the main thing. So stop waiting for things to change and make them change. Because like Jim Rohn says, for things to change, you have to change sometimes. It's not about waiting for the things around you to change. The app name is Smiling Minds. That's a free one. And then there's the Resilience Project app. That's $5. And then there's Headspace as well, but that's really expensive. And I like Smiling Minds better anyway. That was a waste of $120. Yeah, last year. But I went to bed knowing that I'd done everything I can. But yeah, I hope that's kind of went off track there. But does that make sense? Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'd rather you do that than write.
Yeah, I can't write right now. I'm just wondering, I know you do your journal every day, but do you have a mantra? What's your outlook on the day and how you wake up, and then
so
you're a really positive person, and I'd love to know what you do each day to get there.
Yeah. So, and I guess I wasn't always like this as well. So it's just a matter of working on yourself each day, and it does get better. So like for me, each morning when I wake up, instead of thinking, oh, I have to do a workout, I think, yay, I get to do a workout and improve myself. So I try and switch into that positive mindset straight away. And it might mean writing a reminder on your door or on your bathroom mirror or something like that. Like you might just write grateful and attributes, and that will remind you to think of 3 things you're grateful for and 3 attributes you have. And just things that you're looking forward to. So it's just really about focusing on the positive rather than thinking about the negative. Because thinking about the negative stuff is just a waste of space in your mind. And then whilst I'm working out, I listen to those positive mindset videos as well. And then if I don't, like, sometimes if I'm away or something like that and I don't have time to, like, my mindset journal is physically not there, I've kind of got it all in my mind now. Like I know I'll just think, oh, what's something kind I did today, and 3 things I did well today, and 3 things I'm looking forward to tomorrow or something like that. So it's just kind of those positive mindset statements.
I love it. Hey, what's your favorite go-to while you're working out? Like, what's your favorite thing to listen to?
Well, I really like Unbroken. I think I've said that one before. And then there's another one, it's called Prove Them Wrong. But they're really short ones. But anything by Les Brown is good. Or what's his name? Is it Tony Robbins? Oh, I'm Coming Back is a good one too, if you want to write that down. But sometimes I just literally type into Google videos, like positive mindset motivation or overcoming depression and anxiety motivation or something like that. But I always make sure I put motivation on the end of it so it's a more like upbeat one. Yeah. But yeah, then it comes up with heaps from, like Les Brown and all them. Will Smith has some good ones too. Yeah. Eric Thomas is a hard driver, not sugar-coated. Yeah, I like that stuff. And sometimes it's like you think, oh, shit, that's harsh. But sometimes you need that, like, kick up the bum. Any other questions?
Have you read any books, Cole?
I listen to a few audiobooks, but only like none to do with mindset, only like the 7 steps to multi-level marketing and that sort of stuff. But because I don't really, I'm kind of work a lot, so I don't get that much sit down time. So that's why I make the most of, like, if I'm ever, like, I carpool, but some days I drive by myself, so I make sure I listen to videos the whole way to Myrtleford and the whole way back. And then but I don't actually, I should read, but I just don't read that much. If I do, then it's an audiobook.
I think everyone's got their own PD that works for them, so good.
Yeah. Marshy, do you listen to YouTube while working out or music? A bit of both. I like to, every morning while I'm like prepping stuff, so even just before a workout while I'm like getting changed and stuff, I listen to a positive mindset motivation. And then if I kind of like listen to heaps and think like, yeah, I'm feeling good, then I just want music, then I'll just listen to some positive, like, upbeat music. Depends what I'm feeling like, I guess. I guess if I feel like I need to kick up the bum with my mindset stuff, then I'll do YouTube stuff. If I'm feeling good, then I'll do music. But why don't we have both?
Cole, you were saying that you weren't always positive.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon it took you to flip that to be more positive each day than negative?
I probably had like a small shift over like last year. So like between probably March and the rest of the year. And then it wasn't until I started that 10-day challenge and Meg started don't tell her, but Meg posted a video in that 10-day challenge in one of the mindset things. And then that got me onto those videos that I really liked. And then I think it was just something that Les Brown said, I don't know, it just clicked. And then I started doing a lot more stuff. But probably the last 4 months, I'd say, but it, like they say, it takes 21 days for your brain to rewire. So I guess if you start like within a month, you should start to feel a bit of a shift in your mindset.
Hey Cole, so I know that
Hey,
you
Bobby.
listen to a lot of PD. Hey, sorry, my phone was going to die, so I had to get it off.
I don't know.
So you listen to a lot of PD, but what do you do to like physically apply it?
As in like taking action?
Yes, yeah.
So I guess that's like physically doing my mindset journal and physically doing like I don't do the Smiling Minds app as much anymore because I feel like I have that mindfulness skill. But I did do that every night and then some mornings as well. And I just practice capturing myself with those thoughts as well. Like just throughout the day, if I think something negative, I just try and, it comes in with the mindfulness, but I catch myself and realize that I'm thinking negative. There's a good one. It's a challenge. It's just like a 7-day challenge. So you have to not say anything negative for 7 days. So you have to not say anything negative out loud. So Tash, your facts. So if you get to day 3 and you say something negative, you have to start again back at day 1. And then you have to try and do it for a whole 7 days. So that's a good one too. Yeah. But it's okay to joke about it. But yeah,
It's
I guess
always a joke, Cole. It's always a
Huh?
joke. I only joke with you because I like you.
Yeah,
You don't
I
need
guess you just have to find the difference between like we all vent about stuff and say, oh, this happened today, and like laugh it off, and then there's whinging about this is going wrong in my life, blah blah blah, but not actually doing anything about it.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Perfect.
Yeah.
Great job. Cool.
Any other questions?
Done. I'm out. You ready? That was really good, Cole.
Yeah,
You
loved
reckon?
it.
I think I feel like I kind of went off track. That's okay though.
No, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
You've done a really good job.
Thanks. Tried my best. Meg only
best.
asked me today. Like,
Yes.
oh,
We know.
that's why she
We
was
were there.
nice to me. She's only nice when she wants something.
Because you're good at it, Cole.
Well, I'm pretty lovely.
We've got to get back into the meeting, but
No worries. All right. If you guys don't have any questions, I'll press stop. Do I just press stop recording and end meeting?
yeah, but then you have to like put it into a video and then post it. It'll take you through step by step. You'll be okay.
Okay.
If you're not, message me.
With your flat phone.
I know.
Message me.
Yeah, you're more reliable, Tash Bales.
Ouch.
Yeah, mate.
Hurts.
All
I've
right.
got nearly full battery.
Bye, guys.
All right. Night.
Night.
Have a good night.
Where were you too?